Hi everyone and welcome to the Crew Lounge. My name is Denver.
And I am Luis.
And in today's video we are going to be talking about
the top 10 crew member must-haves.
So let's get into it.
Now, when we say must-have things, we're not just talking about physical items. We're talking about anything that you could possibly need in order to survive and thrive as a crew member. So, kicking things off at number 10 is a good, strong, reliable suitcase. We'll ask ourselves at one time or another, do I really need to waste my money on an expensive suitcase? How am I going to be using it twice a year? Once to get on the ship and once to get off. So maybe I should just buy something cheap. Big mistake. We keep our life in these things. The last thing you want to happen is that you throw your collection of underwear all over Miami Airport belt. Which, trust me, it's funny at first until you realize that it's your pair of underwear hanging around from someone else's Louis Vuitton. Second, do not underestimate the length of travel required to get through immigration to the gateway and back. Get something with good wheels. Look, a broken zipper you can fix it with duct tape, but a busted wheel can make that journey through immigration and off the ship a nightmare. We all have seen that poor shopping girl that busted her wheels struggling to drag 6 suitcases off the ship. Sorry darling, it's sign-off day. Maybe if it was sign-on day, you'll find someone wanting to help you, but it's not. So, enjoy your busted wheel journey home.
Now, on the theme of luggage, in at number 9 is a handheld luggage scale. As crew members, we're always a little bit overconfident in our ability to judge the weight of the suitcase. Yeah, that feels about 50 pounds. No, it's not. It never is. It's over. It's always over. You don't have magical scale weighing hands. No, what you do have is a compulsive Amazon spending habit, and now you've packed too much. It would have been helpful to Amazon Prime yourself a little handheld luggage scale, but you didn't. And so now you're holding up the line at the KLM counter, repacking from one suitcase to the next to your handheld, because you didn't get a little luggage scale.
At number 8 is a big, beautiful hard drive. A 1 terabyte hard drive packed with the premium quality movies and the latest TV series is gold for crew members. And what's best is that as you pass your hard drive around the ship sharing your gift to the world, your hard drive always comes back with more movies on it. Always. This is a great advantage, which is part of the crew member's code to add someone's hard drive library that has added to yours. And whew, there are some interesting foreign language films I have seen in my entire lives. Some of the amazing movies I've seen are 3 Idiots, which is a remarkable ahead of its time Bollywood blockbuster. This film is a comedy movie with strong acting, memorable characters, a perplexing storyline, and most importantly, highly motivational movie to choose the right path in your life. Another one is Mihai Vitu Azul, which is a Romanian historic epic film based at the end of the 16th century where the ruler Prince Michael the Brave overcame the adversity of the Ottoman and Austrian Empire. Licheni or The Graduates is another Romanian film where a high schooler falls madly in love with a girl who has feeling for another boy. Basically, it's the story of my life. The Panty Sisters is a great Filipino comedy where 3 gay siblings are told by their terminal ill father that they must each produce a grandchild in order to inherit their share of his fortune. It's hilarious. But these hard drives are definitely, and I repeat it one more time, definitely not used for porn.
Coming in at number 7 is a laundry bag. Now, we call it a laundry bag, but once you get a good one, these are not just laundry bags, these are all-purpose everything bags. But let's start with the laundry, or as I call it, the never-ending hell that is my life. Why is it that I always seem to be doing laundry? And not only that, everyone on the ship seems to be doing laundry. There's never a machine available for anyone. So you're gonna need a good laundry bag because you're gonna be walking your dirty undies up up and down the ship, back and forth, until you're able to get there and find a time when there's an available machine. A good laundry bag, however, also carries good secrets. You can get away with transporting anything around the ship as long as you have a good laundry bag. Oi, where are you going? Just doing some laundry. When really, you're going back to the cabin party with the 3 bottles of Jack that you've just smuggled in.
At number 6, we have Paisano connections. There are only 2 real types of currency that get you anything on board. And that's either stripes or paisanos. And even with stripes, you still can get half of the things that you could get with a good paisano connections. It is incredible the secret society that goes at back of the house and down below the waterline. Need food after midnight? No problem. Maybe a new mattress on the bed extension? Sure. Haircuts, massages, laundry, electronics, you name it. With good connections, anything is possible. I have my Latino connections, which specialize in haircut, food, you name it. But also, I'm a very friendly and lovable guy, which gives me access after hours of food and anything. I don't know, what about you, Denver? Do you have any connections? Oh, that's right, you're Australian, so you have no mafia.
Moving on. So, in at number 5, we have magnets. One of the strange and amazing things about living as a crew member on the ships is that all the cabin walls are metallic. So with a couple of magnets, you can stick basically anything anywhere. Schedule on the wall, magnet. Lanyard and I-95, magnet. Name tag, magnet. So you don't have to be putting little holes in all of your favorite shirts and uniforms. Next to your bed, picture of your loved one, magnet. Or my little trick, half-eaten bag of chips, roll it up, on the wall, magnet. Right there for later. And most importantly, a magnet on your cabin door for your roommate to let them know that you're busy with a friend and that you'll be meeting him in the crew bar after. Later.
Number 4 is a good alarm clock. This one goes without saying. Everyone has nightmare stories about alarms that we think we have set. But for one reason or another, our alarm wants to do something completely different. We all had that awkward moment where we're having a beautiful sleep and we're thinking to ourselves, this is a really good sleep. Like, it's almost too good to be sleeping. And then you're thinking, my alarm is probably going to go off soon anyways. But it doesn't. So then you start to get worried, but you don't want to check because you don't want to wake up and ruin this beautiful sleep that you're having, and so then you continue with your beautiful sleep a little longer until you get to the point where you know something is definitely wrong here. So you wake up and check and realize that you set up your phone's calculator instead of your alarm, and now you've got to be ready at work in 3 minutes. So you're not late yet, but you are definitely going to be late. But you still try your hardest anyway to get ready. So no time for underwear or socks, no time to do your hair, splash some water in your face, and run outside to the elevator. Get to work in 1 minute late, only your supervisor to turn around and go, you're late and you look like
Well, Luis, I'm going to one-up you on that one, because I have done the exact same thing. But by the time I've arrived in the casino for my 6:30 a.m. shift, shirt half untucked, missing my bow tie, looking like a right mess, I get there, empty. There's no one there. Then a guest walked past with a coffee in their hand, turns to me and goes, "Good morning." That's right. It's not PM, it's 6:30 a.m.
So guys, make sure you have a good, reliable alarm clock.
Now, making it into the top 3, at number 3 is headphones. Now, I'm not talking about none of these little piddly earbud things. I'm talking about big sound cancelling, look like pillows, cancel out the world. I don't give a bleep. Now, living on board the ship as a crew member, there's always going to be some noise. But what you don't count on is all the other things that happen. It doesn't matter who your roommate is. There's 2 types of roommate. First, there's the loud roommate. Rummages through the drawers, hairdryer on, speaking on the phone, falls asleep with the TV on maximum, and always that person is on the bottom bunk and you're on the top bunk, so they've got the TV on, you can't sleep, they're passed out, you have to get off the top bunk down and turn it off. But even if you don't have the loud one, maybe you've got the quiet roommate, the perfect roommate, the one that's no noise coming in, no noise coming out. You think this person's fantastic. I've got the dream roommate. You have no idea whether they're there or not, except for when they go to sleep. And then they start snoring like a freaking freight train. Luis?
Yes, I've heard that that's a problem for some people, but I personally haven't experienced it yet.
Yeah, you haven't experienced it. You. And then there's my personal favorite, when it's a port day and you think finally I'm gonna get some sleep, but it just so happens that your cabin is right next to the waterline and you're sleeping right here, and those big black balloony things that buffer the pier from the ship is located right next to your head, and you hear that screech, like freaking nails on a chalkboard from 6 a.m. until the time you leave.
Our runner-up at number 2 is patience. This is another one that is not a thing or an item, but this is something that you must have if you want to live as a crew member. Patience for many reasons. Your roommate for one. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But either way, in almost all cases, they will be crazy. Sharing such a small space with someone requires a lot of patience, especially if you're both trying to get ready to work at the same time. Or when they bring that girl from the spa over and say, she's just going to be here for 1 minute. You don't mind, did you? And then the next night is a dancer. Same story. She's just going to be here for a minute. When actually you don't care. You really just want to play some Candy Crush. And then you got your coworkers where sometimes you look at some of the things they say and you think, you're such a babaloo. And I'm sorry, I have to say it. Some of the questions too. Does the ship only travel on the water? Or does it go other places too?
Wait. This is the one I always get. Oh look, your name is Denver. Are you from Colorado?
You're from Costa Rica. Is the night island there? I mean, really? Or what about, Luis, you are the worst dealer I've ever had. I'm sure you were adopted.
Whoa!
Too far?
Too far. And here we are. The item that made it to number 1 on the crew member must-haves list is Sharpie.
Sharpie. That's right. The number 1 most important must-have crew item is this beautiful little Sharpie. Oh, how a Sharpie has saved my life over the years.
Now it's also though the other uses of the Sharpie that gets this in at number 1. You have a belt, marks all over it, Sharpie, good as new. Or my personal favorite, shoes. How many times we've got to the end of the contract, you've got a couple of weeks left, your shoes are looking like a disaster. But you're not gonna buy another pair, you've only got a couple of weeks left. But you can't throw these ones out. But they look terrible. This thing, do you know how many times I have Sharpied my shoes to make them look shiny and new just to get through those last weeks of my contract? Mwah, beautiful.
Now, there is all the normal stuff that Sharpies are good for. Writing notes to your cabin mate, notes on your schedule, marking your name on everything in the cabin, including your half-eaten Subway sandwich in the fridge, and the 6 packs of Heineken. However, when it comes to roommates and beers, no matter how much you mark them, they're still going to go missing. A friend of mine was seeing one of the girls from the bar who will literally Sharpie her roots in any gray hair she will find.
Luis, I know guys that have even Sharpied their eyebrows.
Was it you, Denver?
Yeah, it was me. Oh, Luis, let me tell you, it was bad. I mean, I got fair skin, and I didn't just Sharpie the hair. I Sharpied onto my skin as well. It was so bad. And it wasn't just that one time. I didn't just do it one time. This other time for Halloween, I dressed up as an Egyptian pharaoh. It was a freaking disaster, mate. I didn't learn my lesson the first time. But this time before Halloween, you know, I had a couple beforehand and started sharpening my eyebrows. Man, look at it. Look at it. I did this to myself.
Well, once I was trying to shave, and guess what? So I cut too far my beard, and yeah, guess what? I had to use a Sharpie to go with it. It looked very nice. And guess what? At the end of the night, yes, I got lucky at the crew bar.
Beautiful. And that was our top 10. If you liked it, remember, smash the like button, press the subscribe if there's something we left off the list. What's your favorite item that you have on board? Do you agree with what we said? Leave it in the comments below. We always read them. We love to know what's going on.
And check out our other top 10s and look for more videos coming soon.
So, thank you everyone for watching, and ciao
Ciao
for
for
now.
now.